Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and another episode of the Island Preservation Challenge. So we did our prep to go on vacation, and we went on vacation. You can see I'm back and ready to go. Well rested from my vacation. I've done most of the chores for the day. As you can see, we got some products here. I got quite a bit. Also, I got a new flatbed because it just won't fit on the Pong, and it was way too many trips. So I got this, and what we'll do is we'll sell everything together. I've already refilled all of the water. Um, I've already moved all the pig food. Everything is done. All the chores are done. The only thing to do is to sell everything, which we're going to do right now, and to go and stuff the construction materials into, wow, $152,000. That's pretty good. Anyway, and then to go and stuff the construction materials into the construction site. So I haven't actually checked the construction site to see if that's still running. I'm curious. We'll do that in just a moment. Let's get this one loaded up. Hopefully everything will fit back on it. Of course it didn't. Why would it? Anyway, I'm thinking it might be because we're too far away. Let me go back and see if I can pick this up. I'm just curious. I'm still so far away. No. All right, whatever. Fine. Irritating. Yeah. The whole dealing with pallets thing in this game, it's not a lot of fun. Anyway, all right, let's get all this stuff sold. Not bad. $767,000. Nice. So we have a cool 1.1 million, which is going to be good. Technically, we could buy a harvester. I really don't want a combine, but we'll see. We also need to buy a lot of land, so yeah, we might do that. We may get another soybean factory. I wanted to have two. What that means, though, is that I'm going to have to either bump up the soybean productions, or I'm going to have to start planting more soybeans. So we'll see. I don't know. But anyway, yeah. So we need to swing by. We'll swing by the sawmill and pick up everything that's there, and we'll take it over to the construction site. We'll also swing through the cement factory. Hopefully there's a pallet of stuff out there. Hopefully. Huh. I don't know how they expect you to pick this stuff up. I guess you're supposed to use a forklift or something. I do not like that. Okay. Dang. Still no pallets of cement, huh? What's happening? What's going on with the cement production? Cement factory. Oh, what is it spitting out? How big of a thing is it going to spit out? Yeah, we're going to have you spit it out now. Oh, you're going to make a 5,000. You can't even fit 5,000 liters in there. All right. Oh, okay. Sorry. Didn't seem like it was working. Obviously, I was having some trouble. All right, let's grab these. Now we got to try to figure out how to sneak in here and grab this stuff. I mean, I have done the whole forklift, telehandler thing, front end loaders. I even have a joystick. It is not for me. Although I gotta say, I've never done it on a Windows PC. I've done it on my Mac. And although the Hori, I have the Hori. Although the Hori system is not officially supported on a Mac, it works. It works fine. But it doesn't work great. So I don't love it. I honestly don't like using the steering wheel. I don't really feel like it's much like driving. I think that's because my preferred driving position is not my desk and chair position that I have available to me. So, yeah. Anywho, before I dump this stuff in, I want to go and check and see what's happening with this over here. Alright, so it still needs some wood beams, some prefab walls, some planks along. Alright, well, we got what we got. Let's bring that in, see what happens. Hopefully I can get this around here. And what have I got all this horsepower for, you know, if you can't even drag a cart through it. What in the helly poop sticks is all of this stuff? Why is it not taking? What's the story? So we're full on everything, but oh, so now it's using cement bags, huh? Is that because I put more in? Alright, so it's good with planks long. It's good with planks. It's good with wood beams. And now it just needs prefab walls. So is that forever? Do any of you guys know? I don't know. Alright. So wood beams, done, done, done. Prefab walls, go. Start cooking. See, we got so many stuff in here. Oh no, we don't have that much. We have 5,000 planks. 1,900. All right, now what do I do with all this stuff on my cart here? I don't know. We need a friggin' warehouse. I don't have a warehouse. All right. Well, we're just going to leave it here for the time being. Hopefully, it'll need it in a later phase, I'm guessing. I'm hoping. That would be awesome. Or I guess we'll just sit it there forever. Well, I mean, if we don't use it, I'll end up dragging it back over here. I mean, technically, it's on a pallet, and we can sell stuff that's on pallets, right? Isn't that the deal? I think it is. Yeah. So, also, FYI, I only moved the slurry from one of the pig barns over to the slurry dryer. And, oh, Jesus Christ. All right. And the reason for that is that we're kind of like we're kind of doing well on the whole slurry sitch at the moment, the manure and everything. So I would like to let it accumulate because I would like to use it for fertilizer. And as I've said many times before, we're going to need a lot of it. So that is what I'd like to do. So if we run over there, let's see, I think this is the one that I left full. Slurry, yeah, it's got 48,000. Now that's not enough to do anything significant at the moment. But oh, look, and there's 16,000 in there already. Jiminy Christmas. Anyway, all right. 5 of 9, 4 of 9. Let's go see what our field situation is. I think we have one sleep, one more month. This is 4 more months. What's this? This is canola, 4 more months. Soybeans, so we got 1 month on the soybeans. Oh boy. So I guess we didn't weed this field. Yes, that is what happened. And now it's got tall weeds. That was not great. Somebody's getting fired. I don't know who, but someone. Okay, well, that was a waste of time and effort and everything else, but whatever. All right, so we need to sleep another month so that we can harvest that field. So let me run around real quick and make sure that everything is doing fine, capacities wise. Yeah, this thing didn't go down in soybeans hardly at all. And if you look, we have soybeans, 21,000. We have 2,000 in one of the greenhouses, so they're already starting to back up. And we still have 18,000 in the silo from our last harvest. So we are chock-a-buck full of soybeans at the moment. Triple soup. I don't think we've sold any of that stuff yet. Yeah. Let's take a look at what you got in here. Carrot soup, parsnip. So these pallets come out at 20,000 pounds. I don't know how to make that stop, guys. I wish I did. But there's some mod or something that is doing this. I don't know. There's no way I've found to change it. Yeah. Yeah, okay. So we got more stuff to get cooking out. I bet you if we sleep again, that will produce that. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna sleep, and we will wake up at 8 a.m. All right, and we are back, and that should mean that our soybean field is ready to harvest. Yes, it is. Okay, so let's go grab a harvester. Let's see if we could find one that's not as expensive this time. Actually, can I do this backwards? So if I grab that header. Oh, well, it only says these two. Well, but that's not true. Does this have a 15? Case has a 15. And that goes with it, $740,000 too. $740,000 too. What about a New Holland? Does New Holland have a? There we go. What do we got? 740,000. So I guess that's the magic number, $740,000. I don't want to spend $740,000. I mean, this thing will push them all, and it's only 309,000. I just don't want to use it. All right, we will, lease it. Sorry, not buying you. All right, and the grain header, and we will lease that as well. All right, let's get cooking. All right, let's grab the tipper and go collect some grain. So we got to, what else do we got to do? We got to fill everything back up. We got to do another big sale. All right, so we'll do that. We'll go and we'll sell everything off that's been accumulating. I think we probably need to collect the barley out of here, out of these greenhouses, and dump some of it into the factory so it can use it to make bread, even though it's getting wheat delivered to it. It's just more. And I'm also, so I don't know if we've talked about this, but the last couple of times that I've emptied out all of the barley, what I have done is I have dumped about half that was in there inside the greenhouses into the farm factory, and the other half I dumped into the silo. So that's what I'm planning on doing with it right now. I don't know what I'm going to do with the barley. We may want to put in another mill, right? We may want to put in chickens. We may just end up dumping it into the farm factory. Who knows? Oh, okay. So carrots have run out, and parsnips have run out. So I suspect that we are taxing them too much. All right, let's see how long that lasts. It's 8:25 in the morning. Let's go take a look. Farm factory. So we have tons of red beets, and that is because in the red beet world, we aren't making preserves. That I think that uses quite a bit. That's 1,000 at a time, right? Yes. And then the soup, we're making triple soup. Okay, so that's using 1,000 carrots, 2,000 carrots, and then I think we're making carrot soup too. Three. Oh, okay. So we're using 5,000 carrots per shot here. I don't think we're going to be able to keep up with that. Maybe we should turn off the triple soup and set the red bean soup and the preserved food red beets. Yes. That's what we're going to do. All right. And I think that, how are we doing on pig food? What's our pig food sitch? There's 57,000 in here. Pig food is where? Oh yeah, we got tons of pig food. So I think that we're gonna leave the soups on for the moment, and we're gonna turn off the preserved carrots and parsnips, and just leave the soups running because they make more money. So if I had to pick one that I wasn't going to do, it's going to be that. And oh, I think the wood is out of wood chips. Not quite. Okay, so we're going to need to grab some more trees. So I planted, when I went on vacation, I refilled all the productions that needed it, right? And I put more trees in. I cut down 4 more trees. That means we needed a total of 5 trees to be planted to accommodate for. So what I did was I planted all 50 trees over on the other side of the map over there next to the tree planter. So technically that gives us, 10 trees that we could cut down. So right now we're at a total of 4, which means I have 6 left. So I have 6 trees that I can cut down at the moment. So we're going to need to cut down some more trees, and we're going to need some more trees anyway for the furniture place. So I'm hoping that the furniture place uses planks and stuff, right? Not just wood, because I guess whatever excess we've produced in the sawmill we can send over to the furniture factory, I'm hoping. I hope that'll work that way. That would be nice if it did, because I really don't want those things to just sit around. But here's the question: does it use beams and stuff, or is it just planks and short planks? I don't know. I mean, as I've said, I've done wood stuff before, mostly because, like, if I want to clear out all the wood on my lot, right, I'll buy a sawmill, and then when I first started playing, obviously you run down the production chains, and you get the sawmill, and then you get the carpentry, and that kind of stuff, right? I mean, I did the whole thing, the usual. Whoa, that's $500,000. Nice. All right. Anyway, so I've done the whole thing, and I don't love it. It's not my thing. But nonetheless, I don't know if I really paid that much attention to, how much wood everything needed, and stuff like that. I mean, mostly I would just set it on distribute, right, and then it would take what it needs, and whatever was left over in the production, I would scoop out, or have spawn or whatever, and go sell. So yeah, I think that was so high because that was all the flour of salt that we picked up in that last batch. I don't think we had any after we slept for 3 months, and we went and sold all that stuff that got us $1 million. And that's kind of how the salt productions work. They're just really slow, but when they when they do decide to produce, they do really well. All right, let's see. How is the harvester doing? Yes, doing. Why did you? Why are you not cutting that out? What's the deal there? What's happening? Oh, can I not cut that? That's where those flex headers come in. I don't know if you guys have played with those, but oh, there it goes. Okay, that was weird. Don't do weird stuff. Okay. Yeah. All right. So we're gonna finish this harvest here, and I think we will bring you guys back when we finish the harvest. Hey guys, so I just brought you back just so you could see Courseplay unloading itself. So it just finished, and it just automatically rolled itself on over to the to that tipper and dumped its contents. Nice. All right, so that's done. Now we got to turn that field over, and that's pretty much what we're doing today. We're going to turn that field over, and we're definitely not putting soybeans in it again. We need canola and sunflower to keep the farm factory going. So we're growing canola, and I guess it's going to have to be sunflowers. So if we're doing sunflowers, there's no point in going down the swathing header road, I think. So we're just going to not bother with the swathing. Even though I do think it's a good idea, particularly on a map like this, where we don't have a regular supply of fertilizer. We're going to repair, and we're going to repaint. So I installed a mod, guys. Hold on. Let's send this back. Return. All right. Now we got to get the shop guys. I wasn't full of gas. We got to get the shop guys to bring the header around for us, because you know they're such good guys that way. Let's get that going. Anyway, I installed a mod that gives you a more realistic cost for repaint and depreciation. It's called iron something. I don't remember what it's called. How dirty is this thing? Is it dirty? 31%. I guess I could use a squirt. Give it a little squirty squirt. There you go, squirt. Okay. Anyway, so as you can see right there, it regulates the cost of repaint. It changes the math that they do to do that, to never let it be more than 50% of the current value or something like that. I thought it seemed pretty reasonable to me, to be honest with you. So I installed it because, you know, sometimes it costs a lot of money. Oh, shitbirds. Anyway, sometimes it costs a lot of money to repaint these things. And, you know, it's been like $50,000 to repaint that that harvester the last couple of times we leased it. I mean, that's ridiculous. Why would it cost $50,000 to repaint that? No, I reject that. Maybe it costs $50,000 for John Deere to charge me to paint it, but there's no way it costs that much money to paint that thing. It's not that big. Come on. All right, so we're going to dump this soybeans in our silo because we don't really have anything to do with them at the moment. I would like to get that a second soybean factory, but I'm not sure we're quite ready for it. I mean, I guess it's not going to hurt anything if I put it in and then it sits there empty for half the year. I guess it's alright, but it's not what I want. It's not what I want. I feel like if we're going to put it in, I should be able to keep it full. So, yeah. Anywho, alright, let's get the mulcher. I keep wanting to... Yeah, I'm just going to dump this right here for the time being. Let's get the mulcher and get that field mulched. And then, I don't know. Should we cultivate it twice? I feel like we probably shouldn't. Though I don't think that our drill is a direct drill. So if we want to put oilseed radish on it, I think we're going to have to cultivate it twice. Yeah, let's see how that's going to work out. I think that the I'm just going to put this on a worker here. I think that the flexi thing can probably direct drill. All right, seeds. Let's see. Can you direct drill? I bet you it can. I can't imagine it doesn't. I mean, it's a cultivator. It doesn't need ground prep. It is ground prep. Yeah, that is clearly not having any trouble at all. Okay. All right. Let's get some lines on and get this planted. All right, guys. So as you can see, we just finished. I'm just gonna clean up these couple little corners here. Or maybe not, you know, maybe totally missed them all together. Anyway, all right, so that field is done. We got the oilseed radish in and ready to go. Now we need to sleep and let that cook. But before we do that, let's see, 6 of 9, and this is also 6 of 9. So we have 3 months. For this, what is this, canola? Yes, canola. 3 months for the canola to grow. So I think what we'll do is that we will go and drop this off. We will sleep so that we can continue turning over that field. I have to do all the chores, you know the drill. Do all the huge, and then we'll get that field cultivated, rock picked, and planted. In the meantime, we need another rock. We need another tree, or at least one. Let me go do that. All right, let's go get this dumped into the sawmill. And that was, 2 more trees. So we have 2 left. And then we need to plant some more trees. Before we dump this in here, how is the cement factory doing? You got plenty of wood chips, but you have no more stones. Well, there you go. No more stones. So we need more stones. Do we have any stones? Let us take a look. No. All right. Yes, I dumped them all in there when I was filling everything and emptying everything in preparation for vacation. So yeah, we have no more stones. So we need to turn that field over so that we can get some more stones. All right, well, let's do that. We'll do a sleep, and yeah, I will bring you guys right back. All right, and we're back. Okay, so we got to get the cultivator. Let's get this thing. Let's get the fent. Oh, good lord! Onto the cultivator. All right, and then I think we're gonna get this going. I will. You know what? I'm gonna put this on a worker because we just woke up from a sleep and everything needs to be refilled. So let's do that. All right. Let's check on the... Oh, all right, you're done. Nice. Okay, let's get this stone picking. Get the stone picking. That's good, because we need those stones. Why did you not finish this? What the heck, worker? You're fired. All right, so this field is done. And we need to get the stone picking going. So, let's get back to the field, to the yard. What's going on? Oh, right, the cruise control set to slow, speed. Whatever. So on my test game, I have bees. I have bees in the trees over here because I'm planting canola. And bees will increase your canola yield, but it also helps them make more honey. So I do think that we're gonna put some bees in. I have some beehive mods that I like that seem to do pretty good. So I think we're gonna. I do think we're gonna get some bees. Some bees. Alright, so let's get this back over and get the rocking going. Alright. So I'm going to get this on a worker. Get that going. In the meantime, I'm going to go pick up the cart and grab these prefab walls and take them over to the construction. I think we're going to need a tree too, at least a tree. But before I cut any more trees down, I want to see how much we still need. See if we've gotten to phase 2 yet or anything like that. Be good to, oh no, we don't have any more concrete because we're out of stones, right? Why would we not be out of stones? Alright, so we have a whole pallet of it. Nice, nice. Let's get it over there. Let's see what is happening. So before we drop this off, I just want to pop in there real quick and see what it says. Alright, so it's missing 27 liters of cement bags. So it's required. Okay, so we need cement bags to move to the next step. So I think I can dump this in here. How many prefab walls is this? This is 5,000. Okay, so we'll dump this in here, but we're not going to move to the next step until we get, until we get that. All right, let me see. One more thing I want to check. Is this going to need any more stuff? Has it told us that yet? No. Okay. All right, let's get that, let's get those stones going, man. We need those stones. I hope we didn't overproduce that wood. That's going to make me really disappointed if we did. I think I'm going to pause the wood sitch. I know I'm going to need more, but I really don't want to overproduce. And I don't think we're at risk at overrunning the stones, the cement. I think that's going to take a flippin' flack and long time to get enough cement together to finish that thing. It seems like it's taking a long time. So I don't think it'll be a problem. Let me go do that. As soon as I drop this off, I'm gonna pick up the big flatbed because we're gonna do a sale and we're gonna drop everything off. Let's go and turn off the wood. I just don't want to consume the wood chips unnecessarily because I'm not supposed to sell that stuff, you know. And I don't feel like we need the prefab walls. I need those, 3 liters of cement bags. Oh, I wonder, can I? Aha! Yes, I can. And there you go. Let's go and get that. All right, there should be a little bit that I forced it out, I think. Yes, okay. So, we're going to get an answer to the question of what's going to happen when we move to the next phase. Okay, what's going to happen? What is going to happen? I just wasn't really paying attention. I was also, on my test map, I was also running at 360 speed because I ain't got time for all this, right? So I really wasn't paying attention to the transition between stages. Yeah. Whoa. All right. Okay. What does it say? What does it say? Stage 1 of 10. I just put the cement bags in. Okay, what's happening? Right, there we go. Let's go. It's missing 260. Didn't it just say it was missing like 3 liters or something like that? Okay, so all right, well, whatever. It's cooking again. We'll check back on it later. All right, so I'm still going back, and we're gonna sell everything off, and we'll do that. We're gonna do that now. All right, so we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna go and sell off everything that's outside of the productions that we can, and then I think we're gonna put in some bees, some bee sitch. Because that's money, and it's also going to add productivity to the canola, and I suspect that we're going to be growing canola, particularly once we can get some fertilizer. Then that's going to work out pretty good. So maybe we'll turn off canola in the greenhouses altogether. Once we have the fertilizer, we may not need to keep cranking it out. So we'll see. But in any event, I think the bees will be nice, and they make money. They don't make money particularly fast, but we don't need to be particularly fast. I feel like we have lots of time that we're going to be sitting around staring at the wall waiting for our productions to manufacture enough components to build this house. All right, let's see how much we gonna get. right, here we go. Another sale. We already have 1.6 mil. Let's see what we can get up to. Go. Big money. Boom. $409,000. Yeah. All right, so I would say we're doing good on money, although we still need another $1,000,000 to buy all the land on the island, which I don't see any reason to do anytime soon. We do need to work out some type of a harvesting situation. And I got to tell you, I mean, not swathing is just throwing money away, in my opinion. I'm really feeling, kind of crappy about that. We really should be swathing this canola, which means we need to put in the swathing separator and that kind of stuff. It would also help an awful lot with straw. So anytime we harvest anything, we would get straw out of it. You don't get that in when you're regularly doing it. But when you swath it, you end up with some byproduct. I don't know how much of it is, but... and then, of course, we can just pump that right back into our hat manufacturing, right? So it's just a loop, as I've mentioned many times, just another loop. Let me do another slurry transfer while we're just sitting here waiting for stuff to happen. All right, how's the rocks coming? We are almost done. And we have 16, 17, so we're going to end up with 2,000 stones out of this, which is not bad. What is 2,000 stones going to get us? 2,000 stones is going to get us, what's that, 10? No, 20? So it's going to get us 10 cycles. So that's going to get us 360 cement bags. And how we have none in here right now. Okay. We're going to need 200 wood chips. Okay, so we're good on wood chips. So this thing doesn't really use very much wood chips. I'm not sure if it's worth it or not. I was actually thinking the other night about turning this on too, and then it would give us another 18. So if we got 2,000, so that's 300. Let's see, 2,000 divided by 300 equals 6.6. So 18 plus 36 is 54 times 6. It's 324. If we just did this, we would get 360. Yeah, see, it's not better. Is that right? Yeah, because we're using 300. Yeah, all right, we're going to turn that off, at least for the time being. All right, where are we? Yeah, all right, let's go and get this dumping. All right, how we doing? We're almost done. The world's slowest tractor. All right, I'll bring you back when we're done. All right, guys. While this is happening, let's go deal with some bees. Let's put some beehives in. All right, so these are mostly going to be our field. So what I'm going to do, since we have lots of money at the moment, so I'm going to put these big ends in. They're like 30 grand. And I'm going to tuck them way back over here into the trees. We'll put some over here too, because, why not? One over there, one over there. Let's put one back in here. This is getting kind of thinned out. Maybe we'll plant some trees over here. And I'm thinking, I got one over there. Let's put just one over there. And you know what? One more. We'll give them one more over here. Oh, I don't own that land, so I can't just... Anyway, okay. Now we need to put down our beehive sitch. And because we like to sleep, I'm going to use one of these giant beehive situations. what I was going to do is I was going to put it over here somewhere. Because I'm not trying to make it worse than it already is with getting in and out of things. Where can we put this? Where can we put this? All right, I'm going to put it over here. I'm going to line it up with this. And I'm going to do a little bit of landscaping. Okay. That'll have to do. So honey's there. The second soybean factory is going to be there. Yeah, we're doing okay. Let's take a look at the productions real quick. Oh, you're done. Oh, hold on. Let's go take care of this. So we got 2,136 rocks out of this field. Now I kind of wish I cultivated this one twice. That's how I'm feeling now. Because we'd have more. And I want more. All right, let's get this dumped into the cement factory. I kind of wish the yield tracker would keep track of things like stones, like how many stones I got off the field and, that kind of stuff. Because I think that matters. Like straw, like how much straw did you get off? Because, that stuff has value. It's not just garbage, right? I realize that you can absolutely treat it that way. But it doesn't mean that's what it is, It does have value, lots of times. All right, Roller, you are in the way, and I was just bragging about how much you're not in the way. So much for that. All right, let's grab the cedar, right? Is that what's next? Yes, the cedar. That's what's next. All right. And what are we going to put in there? We're going to put in, I think sunflowers. I think we're going to have to. I think we're going to have to put in the sunflowers because we just don't have enough. Let's see, what is the deal? All right, farm factory. We got 2 days for flour. Carrot soup and parsnip, red beet, canola. So we got 2 days worth of canola. Now we got 2 fields coming with canola. We got 3 days worth of sunflower. I don't know. Let's do some quickie math here, right? How much canola does it want? Oh, in the wrong spot. How much canola does it want a day? Let's 24,000 canola. And sunflower is 200 times 120 also. That's also 24,000. So, what do we got? In this one, we produce 12 times 288, 3,456 times 3. So that's 10,000. And then for the manure, we produce 24 times 288. That times 3 is 20,000. So we're producing 30,000 of each, right? Is the sunflower the same? 16 and 32. Uh-oh. No, that is not the same. Okay. So we produce, 30,000 canola a day out of our 3. And then 16 times 192, 3,000 times 3, it's 9,000. And then 32 times 192 is 6,000 times 3 is 18. So that's 27,000. So theoretically, we should produce enough to keep them running Yeah, you know, I've done the math there before, obviously. This should be enough to keep it running. So, you know what? I think that what we're gonna do. Um, hold on a second, guys. My stuff is blowing up on me here. I think what we're gonna do for the time being is we're not planting sunflower. We're gonna plant canola. Um, yeah, we're gonna plant canola again because then I don't have to get a specialty header, and I can still do my swathing. Um, let's see, what else can we plant? What can this planter plant? What can you do? What can you do, planter? Corn, sorghum, sunflowers, soybeans. What are those? Red beets, oh, sugar beets, cotton, green beans, and canola. Can I use any of that? Let's see. No, over here. This is where we want to use any of that. So we can do green beans. I'm not doing green beans, but we can. I don't think we can do anything with sugar beets. We'd have to get a sugar beet cutter sitch to be able to do anything with sugar beets, and then we can make sugar. That is not a great return though. There's things to do with sugar beets that are much better than turning them into sugar. Yeah, I don't think that that's advantageous for us. Yeah. Yeah, I think canola it is. I think we're going to do canola. So, all right, let's, what? I don't know why it told me that. I told it to disconnect, and it said you can't do that while it's connected. Okay. Anyway, obviously I hit the wrong button. All right, we're going to get this on a worker again. Right? Should we do it on a worker? What else do we have to do? We got a plant, and that's it. Yeah, okay. So we got 10 hours on the cement factory before we can have some more of that. All right, yeah, get yourself going. Get going. Start working. Let's see. What does the house need again? Sorry about that, guys. The dogs are still barking. All right, so it's missing 216 liters of cement bags. And that's what we need to move to the next step. Okay. So we need more cement bags. So we pretty much have to wait the whole day to be able to get more cement bags, I'm guessing. In the meantime, I think that this is where we're gonna call it quits on today's episode, guys. Yeah, I will continue babysitting this field. We gotta plant it, and then we'll have to roll it. So I will get that done today, and I think that in the next episode we will probably 7, 8, 9. So we have 2 months left. So I think I might sleep at the end of this episode, or at the end of this day. I will sleep. So we'll start the next episode on a fresh day. And I guess we'll probably do chores and stuff like that. I think that we may put in another soybean facility, because I'm thinking that maybe what we'll do is we'll grow and we'll put in another soybean. We'll put another soybean factory in next episode, which means that these fields that are going to be ready to harvest, I will harvest them. I will turn them over into soybeans, so we can bank up some soybeans in the event that we cannot keep up with our greenhouses with 2, so that we can run 2 for a while. All right. Well, that's it. That's it for today. I hope you guys have enjoyed today's episode. And don't forget to like and subscribe. It would really help the channel out and all that kind of stuff. All right, guys. See you on the next one.